Hi everyone, how's it going? This is Some Guy, and today I'll give my opinion on another Ren track. This is Power. My last reaction was to the Tales of Jenny and Screech, which was a very intense, different side of Ren. Loved it. It was incredible. I believe this is more of the more light-hearted rap side of him. I wasn't sure what to do next in terms of sort of a logical next step, but I just went with the most requested again. But rest assured, I will obviously get to all of them because there's so many highly requested songs that I'm yet to get to still. But yeah, I picked this one. So I don't know much about it other than it's more rap focused. So let's jump in.
Get it? Power.
Immediately, I've heard him do Losing It, that Animal one that came out recently, and what was the first one he did? I can't remember now, but yeah, every time I've heard him do rap, I've heard very different styles of beats. So not only is he versatile in doing rap in the first place and doing it well, but he's also versatile in his beat choice, which, yeah, he keeps amazing with his versatility, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Power. These kids don't play my shit, I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depressions. They say don't blame.
I like that opening start. He said I've never had a top 10, and I think it's the kids that listen to it too. Maybe because I talk about violence and depression, and it's interesting because based on the subscribers that I've got from doing these reactions, it does seem in this sample anyway that Ren's music hits more with not old people but older people, not the younger generation anyway, which is interesting because I don't necessarily see why that is. I can think of a lot of big artists that do talk about depression a lot, but do connect the younger generation. Maybe it's his style, but the ones I'm thinking of are more American rappers, and they do it in more of like they're speaking from their struggle rather than that Ren, who does that too, but he also analyzes, breaks down, takes it further, makes you think a bit more. So maybe that's what it is, but yeah, it's interesting.
Top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depression.
And yeah, it's not really radio music. Sorry, I'll let it run that.
I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depressions. They say don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well, if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't trip, high up the ante, learning licks like John Frusciante, smoking spliffs and popping candy.
Well, that flow switch, and yeah, also, yeah, I mean, you're never going to be an artist that appeals to everyone. He's obviously got a very loyal and growing following, which is big. Well, it's big now anyway. So yeah, he doesn't need to be appealing to everyone, does he?
Don't trip, high up the ante, learning licks like John Frusciante, smoking spliffs.
Is he in the Chili Peppers? I want to say so. Learning licks. I'm assuming it's a guitarist. I think it's Chili Peppers guitarist, but I'm not 100% sure.
Then fuck them. Don't trip, high up the ante, learning licks like John Frusciante, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy. Woo! Rock and roll in my soul, bumping, knocking cold on the dole, fish and chips and games consoles, council house and violent flow. But life weren't sweet at home.
Oh, was that Council House and Violent Flow? Obviously, that's a reference to. I know a lot of Ren subscribers or lovers, American actually. So you might know that Council House and Violent is often abbreviated, or it used to be abbreviated to CHAV, which was kind of like a somewhat offensive term for people that grew up in council houses. I think he's playing on that there.
Sing Sid and Nancy, woo! Rock and roll in my soul, bumping, knocking cold on the dole, fish and chips and games consoles, council house and violent flow. But life weren't sweet at home. Mum and dad took a trip and they split shalom. What will be, but me, I hate to see my mum alone. Late night crying, get so high to try to silence sounds of fighting. Through the walls I heard love dying, so
I'm going to pause this one a lot. If someone raps on my channel, I'm going to have to break down what they're doing. the flow switch again, so nice. I wanted to try and get back into what he's saying.
Crying, get so alone. What will be, but me, I hate to see my mom alone. Late night crying, get so high to try to silence sounds of fighting. Through the walls, I heard love dying. So I focused on my. That's what it was. I focused on my. Now let's go back. Let's go back. These kids don't play my shit. I never had a gold plat. My style is old school, but I swear.
What's funny as well about this one is that I'm not saying it's like a radio song, but it's one of the more just musically catchier songs that if you didn't listen to what he was saying, you could maybe hear on the radio actually. Because of what he's saying, I doubt you would, but he's probably done that intentionally, that he's made a more commercial sounding song to talk about the fact that he's not commercial.
Kids don't play my shit, I never had a gold plat. My style is old school, but I swear this ain't a throwback. I put my visions into rhythms on a dope track. To understand the place I'm coming from, let's go back. When I was 16, I was a sick teen. I was a victim of my head. I was just 16, up in the kitchen, racking up lines till my nose bled. 16, in an affliction, in an addiction with my dread. I was just 16, I was quite sick then. I was a prick then, I was a pleb, but fuck it, we're all misguided individuals, life can suck it. My cup ain't half full, man, I'm feeling up.
Again, as well, if you like rap, like that flow switch again that he's done, he's such a good rapper.
Misguided, quite sick then, I was a prick then, I was a pleb, but fuck it, we're all misguided individuals, life can suck it. My cup ain't half full, man, I'm filling up the whole bucket. I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrow. Sing like I might die tomorrow. Live note for note, I go for broke on every single song I wrote. And every single song I write brings freedom to my weary mind. A healing that you'll only find inside an intricate design of kicks and snares and fat bass lines. I flip the script until I find my It is what it is. I focus on my. Now run the track, run the track.
And what I love about Ren as well is that despite what he's like gone through or he's going through, and he's got this newfound fame, he still seems super down to earth. I mean, I haven't met him, maybe he's not, but just that little moment there, like the kind of awkward dancing that most people probably do, he does that in his video. You know, he doesn't try and like do anything cooler or, you know, more choreographed. He's just being him, and I like that a lot. It feels very authentic.
Get it?
I love as well that he has such an appreciation, probably because he writes and produces it, but for the beats. Like, I feel like a lot of people that, I mean, I think it's unfair to say that he's not a rapper now, but I know that that's probably not even his main talent. But people that sort of go to transition to rap or start doing rap, I don't think they have that appreciation for how hard it is to make a good rap track. And you see there, he was like really feeling the beat, highlighting the sort of the percussion patterns and stuff. As a hip hop fan, it's I just like to see it. That's what I do.
Get it? Power. Get it?
That was great. That was again another new angle to Ren, in the sense that he's done other sort of more light-hearted tracks, but to me that was even though he still talked about some dark, deep stuff, I don't think he ever wouldn't do that. But it was probably the most feel-good track because he sort of talked about some struggle, but then the hook was power. You know, it was all about the overall message being positive. You know, despite these situations, I focus on my power. I really like that, and of all the tracks of his, the only thing I guess that it's not really a criticism, but I would say about Ren so far is that not his songs generally don't have much replay factor to me, and I might listen to them again. I would definitely listen to them again, but they're not songs I would sort of have in rotation in a playlist because he doesn't really make music like that. This one though, you could do. I think you could listen to that sort of passively because it was a fun, good track, nice beat, flowed in it nicely, and then if you want to, you can sort of tune in and listen to the lyrics. A bit like J. Cole in that sense. Obviously, don't sound anything like J. Cole, but he's the kind of artist where I can listen to him passively or actively, and in either sense, it's really good. And that track was that for me. So yeah, really rated that. It was probably a nice switch up from the last one of the Tales of Jenny and Scrooge, because that was very, very intense and not light-hearted at all. So yeah, that's it really. Thanks again for the recommendations. I've got lots more to get through. Let me know what you want to get to next. If not, I'll just go for the next most requested one until I get through them all. Yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate that. Otherwise, I'm out.